Section 2. The decision to remain unmarried. 1. What understanding can free you from sex?
Dada, I do not wish to get married at all, but my parents, friends, and relatives are pressuring me to do so. So should I get married or not?
If you definitely do not wish to get married, then, because of this Gnan that you have taken, you will fulfill your goal of human life. Everything is possible with the power of this Gnan. I will explain how to conduct yourself, and with that understanding, if you remain afloat, then you will reach the shore of salvation. There is nothing greater than the mere thought of taking the vow of brahmacharya and the firm decision of remaining in it. Such a person has grasped the essence of all the scriptures. The person who makes a firm decision of being free from all these entanglements of the world has understood all the scriptures. The illusion of sex is such that it will sink all, even the one who thinks that he has no attachment to anything in the world. This illusion of sex has sunk great saints and masters from tremendous spiritual heights.
I've made the resolution to follow brahmacharya. But Dada, what can be done to strengthen this resolve?
Keep repeating this resolve and your energy will increase by saying, O Dada Bhagwan, I am making my resolution stronger and firmer. Please grant me the energy to strengthen my resolve of brahmacharya. Such words will increase the energy.
Dada, do I have to continue observing thoughts of sex as they arise?
Keep on observing them. What else can you do? Can you accumulate them?
Should I not throw them out?
You have to keep on observing. After continuous observation, you have to tell Chandresh, that is file number 1 for those who have taken Gnan, to do their pratikraman. You have to do pratikraman for any sexual thoughts, desires and gestures that occur in the mind, the speech and the body. Imagine how much bliss you will experience if you become free from the thoughts of sex that arise. And just imagine how much bliss will be there when they are all gone forever. There are 4 pillars of liberation. These are real knowledge, real vision, real conduct, and right penance. That is Gnan, Darshan, Charitra, and Tap. Now, when does one have to do penance? When thoughts about sex arise, and you maintain a firm decision of not giving in to them, the Lord has called this penance. When there is no desire for sex at all, and when thoughts that lead to desire arise, that is where penance begins. The thoughts of sex and brahmacharya will come, and in this, when one keeps praying for the energy of brahmacharya, it is highly commendable. With these prayers, the seeker will attain the goal over a variable period of 2 to 5 years. The person who conquers brahmacharya conquers the whole world. The governing deities, the celestial protectors of the path of liberation, are very pleased with the one who is in brahmacharya. Sex is the only thing that calls for vigilance. It is more than enough if sexual impulses are conquered. The impulses must be uprooted as soon as they arise, before they become thoughts of sex. Secondly, once there has been eye contact with anyone who arouses impulses of sexuality, you should immediately look away and change the inner visual link. Otherwise, the sexual seedling will grow, and even when it is tiny, it will sow seeds for more sex. Therefore, it is best to eradicate it when it is a mere sapling. Stay as far away from the company of those who are likely to trap you in sexuality, because if you get trapped even once, you will keep on getting into trap after trap. Therefore, run. You must run as far away from that person as possible. You would not slip if you leave the place where there are chances of slipping. In satsang, there is no chance of meeting any other files, that is, people who tempt you sexually. People with the same goal of spiritual progress come together here, don't they? Eradicate the sexual thought immediately. Do pratikraman for any attraction of a sexual nature. With these 2 weapons, brahmacharya will remain forever. It is in the nature of the sexual seed to fall and reseed into a plant. The eyes see all kinds of things, and hence seeds are sown within. These internal seeds have to be uprooted. As long as they are in the form of seeds, one has a chance for a cure. Once they sprout and start growing, it becomes more and more difficult, and then there is no cure. The women are not pulling and attracting you. It is your past life account that is pulling and attracting you. Therefore, uproot and throw them, that is sexual impulses, away, and clear the account. After Jnana, there is no problem of any kind except sex. Therefore, I caution you against sex. Just commencing a sexual link through looking is a fault, and especially after understanding this, if it happens, then a severe liability is incurred. Therefore, do not begin this sexual link with anyone. Are you overcome by sleep that veils your awareness of the self? The world will latch onto you if you doze off in such sleep. Now, from here on, if you doze off, get attracted and tempted sexually with a certain person, you have to ask for energy of brahmacharya from the pure soul of that person by saying, "O pure soul, give me the strength to maintain my brahmacharya with the entire world." It is good if you ask for strength from Dada, but it is best to ask directly from the pure soul of the person who is pulling you.
Dada, what should we do if the eyes meet sexually?
Become clean and pure with the help of pratikraman. You must do pratikraman as soon as sexuality arises from the meeting of the eyes. That is why it has been said not to place a photograph or a statue of a beautiful woman.
It is believed that sex is the sweetest of all. Dada, on what ground is this based?
The reason why one feels the sweetness in sex is because one has not experienced sweetness anywhere else. If we really look at it, there is most filth in sexuality than anywhere else. But this momentary sweetness and pleasure renders one unconscious even while awake.
I do not like it at all, and yet the attraction remains. I continue to experience remorse about it.
If there is remorse, then it will go away. How can sexuality remain if you see only the soul of the person? Sex occurs when you see anything else except the self. Do you know how to analyze sexuality?
Please tell me, Dada.
Analyzing the sexual event means, do the eyes like it? Do the ears like it when they hear it? And does it taste sweet if the tongue licks it? None of the senses like it. The ears must really like it, right? Therefore, when you analyze it this way, you will realize that hell exists there. But without this analysis, people are confused. Isn't it a wonder that the world is so enamored with sex? By conquering sex, you have conquered the worldly life. Just as by conquering the king, you have conquered the army, the kingdom, and power. Srimad Rajchandra. You will get everything, the army, the city, and the power when you conquer the king.
Dada, after acquiring Jnana from you, can we completely get rid of the seeds of sex right away in this life?
Everything can be done. No new seeds are sowed for the next life. Wash away the old seeds that already exist, and new seeds will not be sown.
Does that mean that we will not have any thoughts of sex in the next life?
No, you will not. If a few are left from the past, then those thoughts will come, but they would be of no consequence. There is no danger when there are no pending accounts.
Dada, whom can you call a Shilvan person?
A person who does not have any thought of sex whatsoever. A person who does not have any anger, pride, attachment, or greed is a Shilvan. If ever there is an occasion for a severe testing of your resolve of brahmacharya, if there is strong sexual attraction and inclination, then one should fast 2 or 3 times. When the force of unfolding karma is very strong, fasting can stop them. Fasting does not destroy these sexual passions completely.
2. 3 vision stops sexual vision.
Use the same experiment that I had used for myself. For me, this experiment is constantly in place and it had kept me aware even before enlightenment. When my eyes fall on someone wearing beautiful clothes, a sari worth 2,000 rupees, I become aware and my first vision sees her without clothes. Then a second awareness arises and I see the body without the skin, and then the third awareness arises and I see the intestines, the kind you see when the stomach is cut open. I can also see changes that occur within the intestines. I can see blood vessels, I can see fecal matter, etc. I can see all the refuse this way. Then, there's no chance of a sexual impulse arising, is there? In all this, the soul is the only pure thing, and that is where my vision stops. Therefore, how can any illusion over sex ever occur? Srimad Rajchandra has said, all the miseries come to an end if you do not get deluded and see the pure soul within all. We read in the scriptures that you should not become attached to women. But you forget this the moment you see a woman. This is the illusion. It is a deluded view. If this illusion leaves, this view that I am Chandulal, and instead the right vision of I am pure soul takes hold, then all suffering comes to an end. Then the delusion will not happen and attraction will not occur.
When a man looks at a woman and has sexual thoughts about her, is a woman also at fault to some extent?
No, the woman is not at fault at all. Lord Mahavir's appearance was such that a lot of women were attracted to him, but this did not affect the Lord. The Jnana says that your actions should be with good intentions. Your dressing and conduct should be such that it does not attract the opposite sex. If your inner intents are pure, then nothing can be harmed. Why did the Lord pluck all the hair on his head? He did that to avoid any sexual impulses arising in the minds of women who saw him. He had his hair removed so that they do not become a cause for ruining someone's inner intent. As it is, Lord Mahavir was very attractive. He had the most beautiful body in the whole world.
Dada, does the attachment and illusionary mindness over a woman have to live before the sexual impulses towards her begin to dissipate?
The sexual impulse has been there for countless lives, and you never know when it will rise again. Therefore, it is important to remain within the company of brahmacharis. If you go out of this company because of the existing impulse, sexuality will start to sprout all over again. Therefore, you have to stay in the company of brahmacharis. The tendency to delve in sexual sweetness has not been completely eliminated. Therefore, it can start all over again when you mix with the wrong people. That is the nature of wrong company. Wrong company has no effect on the person whose tendencies and inclinations of sexual nature have been eradicated or gone. Your attachment to the illusion of sex will disappear if you follow my Agnya. If you try to remove it yourself, it is so powerful that it will sabotage your effort and everything. Therefore, instead of fighting to remove it, you should say to it, "Sit down, I will honor you." Then, by remaining the self and focusing with this awareness on the attachment and the impulses, it will all dissipate and leave. This is the same as coming under the protection of Dada's Agnyas.